My goodness, has it been a busy month? Prepare yourself for a huge quantum leap. We are going to see huge changes. Ladies and gents, my name is Lucy Davis and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My goodness, has it been a busy month? The energies have been popping in such a huge way, resulting in action taking, decluttering, cleansing, and apparently quite a lot of lying down. I don't know about you, but I've been having to just lay down and ground myself quite frequently. So do let me know in the comments if you have been feeling the same. It has been really strong energies to the point where you're almost feeling like you are, stumbling over your own feet. If this resonates with you, please do remember to let me know. As you have seen, there has been a huge amount of action on my YouTube channel as I am ramping back up the information being shared through the work that I have been doing. Now, I must suggest that you go and check out the description field before I go any further. In there, you will have access to my Telegram group and my Facebook group. Now, in there, I have been sharing some of the beautiful snippets of work that both David Mahoney and I and Mark Atwood and I have been doing over the last couple of weeks. And there is going to be so much more coming. So if you are somebody who is really aligned to the elementals, or you love the intuitive travel, or maybe you want to get to grips with the ancestors and the vibrations that come through the stones, etc., please do go and check out my groups. There is so much exciting stuff that is being lined up, particularly for David and I going forwards. So before I step into the new moon video on Monday, the 12th of September, my Conscious Conversations community will be back after I have taken the summer off. Conscious Conversations is a monthly subscription, which is just £11.11 per month, and you will receive weekly Zoom calls with yours truly. Now, if you miss any of the calls, you will be able to go to the website and in the community area, and you will be able to access any of them. And that includes all of them before I actually stopped doing it in May of this year, because I knew I was going to be traveling. So all of the old content will be there for you. You could literally binge watch videos for hours and hours and hours. I am so excited to be bringing this community back online in time for the winter warm-up. Yes, we're going to have a sizzling hot winter, and I'm not talking about the temperature, ladies and gents. The reason I'm bringing it back on is I always knew I would bring it back about September time, but I want to make sure that we have a safe space whereby we can come together and prepare as we step ever closer to the new earth. Exciting times are ahead, my loves. Exciting times are ahead, and this is a really important time that we start coming together. Self-Love Mastery is also launching again in September. If you do not know Self-Love Mastery, it is a very powerful, short, sharp program. It is 8 weeks. And it literally blows the doors off of your life. If you are a procrastinator, you will recognize why. If you have got any animosity or any emotional trauma going on in your body, we'll be bringing it to the surface. Not particularly nice process, I'm going to be honest with you, but it will be so worth it the other side. We will be looking at everything that's ever held you back, every loop that you are in. If you are open to going there, we will take you there. Now, there will be a link available soon to sign up that will be coming in the next couple of weeks. So do keep your eyes open for that, ladies and gents. And if you need any more information, it is all in the description field for you. So let's get talking about this spicy little new moon that we've got coming on the 28th of July. Now, the words that have been coming through me for quite some time to do with this new moon is prepare yourself for a huge quantum leap. What do I mean by that? We are literally able to go flying forwards with our journey if that is what we choose. Now, remember, it is all a choice, ladies and gents. We all have the same choices. Now, I know that this triggers quite a lot of people when I say this, but it is actually true. It doesn't matter where you've come from, what your background is. If you choose that you are going to live a life of love, my goodness, that is what's going to happen to you. And this new moon at the end of the month is going to make sure of it. As we are taking these quantum leaps forward, there is going to be a lot of, you know, peaks and troughs continuing from the full moon. As you know, it was quite a bumpy full moon, but also there's going to be a lot of gold coming through as well. And one of those things is going to be your creativity is going to be activated massively based on the energies. So if you are somebody like myself who's a communicator, or maybe you're somebody who writes, or maybe you are somebody who produces art, be prepared. Your creativity is going to be going to the next level. And this is an exciting period of time for my creatives out there. You know, we've been dulled down for quite some time, and now it's time to bring that back online and share our gifts with the world. We are going to see huge changes taking place. Huge changes. I'm talking on the physical level, I'm talking on the mental, emotional, and spiritual level as well. So we are going to see physical changes in the systems and the light being shone on areas that perhaps we've been focusing on for the last couple of years. I have to be very careful with my language because obviously this is going out on YouTube. So please, just whilst I think of that, please do be very conscious with the language that you are using in the comments. There is going to be a lot of unsettling shifts, and this is going to be happening at a very, very fast pace. Now, what do I mean by unsettling shifts? If you are somebody who has had security in an area for a very long period of time, whether that be financial, whether that be your career, do not be surprised if things start to get unsettled. Now, we are going to have to go through a period of change to be able to get where we need to get. There is never going to be a world full of love and creativity and hope and passion and abundance without going through an area of, let's call it trauma, or an area of upset. Okay, so this is the period of time, the end of the month, going into August and going into September. There is going to be a massive shake-up in everything that we know and love. You know, even as far as the truth movement, it might come out that there are some of the truths that were perceived that actually perhaps they weren't. So do be prepared. All I would suggest to you at this period of time is dropping into your heart space and trusting that everything is happening exactly as it needs to. I see this period of time happening very, very quickly. Okay, I don't see it being dragged out for a long period of time. However, and when I say I don't see it being dragged out for a long period of time, don't get a month into it and be like, you said it wasn't going to last a long time. Like, it's all about perspective. Okay, if people are open to shifting, if people are open to the new levels of consciousness, this will happen very, very quickly. However, what they told me is it's going to feel like we are caught up in a spin cycle. Okay, so we are going to be spinning, and we are going to be having all of our healing and all of our traumas and everything coming to the surface for us, because there is no way out. We've got to get it out to be able to go in. Okay, we have to go through this process, and it is going to be starting very, very soon. I see a massive clash between control and freedom. This has been happening for the last few years. As you will know, there's been lots of protests. There's been lots of division based on opinions. There has been, you know, lots of people saying you're selfish for not doing that, and these people over here saying you're crazy for doing that. You know, this is going to come to the surface even more so. It is going to be, for want of better words, it's going to be a battle between control and freedom. Have you got your voice ready? What are you going to put up with? Are you going to roll over and just take it? Or are you actually going to stand up and start speaking your truth? Whichever is exactly what you are supposed to be doing. Like, whichever path you take is exactly what you should be doing. There are going to be revelations galore coming through the end of this month, through August and September. Now, I said exactly the same thing during the full moon video. So I'm going to link back to that video so that you guys can go and watch it, just so that you can keep a check of everything that's been shared over both. There are going to be revelations coming through about the governments. There's going to be revelations about our food chains, about water, around all sorts of different things that have been going on, perhaps the medical system, perhaps, you know, things like climate change and stuff like that are going to be coming more to the surface. The truth has got to come out, ladies and gents. Now, that doesn't just mean the geopolitical, you know, the cultural truth. It means your truth as well. Most of my clients that I'm working at the moment, they have no idea who they are. They have got so lost, they do not know who they are. Your truth is just as important as the revelations about the governments and things like that. We are stepping into a world of love. We are stepping into the vibration of love. And unless you own your truth, some of you have heard the horrific stories that I share about my personal life and my personal journey. You know, some people say to me, God, you're way too open. You're way too honest. I have to be, because this is the only way that I am going to be stepping through into the high levels of consciousness. And I'm owning it. I'm owning the fact that that was me once upon a time. I'm owning the fact that I still mess up from time to time. I'm owning the fact that, you know, I want to live in a space of love, and I'm prepared to do whatever it takes to get there. And if that means owning every ounce of my truth, then I will be doing that. As a huge positive to close out the month, this awakening that is taking place on the planet that a lot of us are very aware of right now, it's going to continue to rise. There are more and more people questioning things right now. There are more and more people wondering, why can there be thousands and thousands of people at a festival, yet we've got to do this in a certain way? This doesn't seem to make quite sense right now. This is the awakening. Now, as I've said, all of us wanted it to be over in April 2020, like all of us did. We all wanted this to be done, you know, and over. However, there have been waves of the awakening, and that is still continuing. Some people are very woke, but they're not conscious in the slightest. There are many people that are very, very conscious. There are many people that are still fast asleep. It doesn't matter. We are all going to step forwards. We are all going to get there. We are all going to go together. That is the vision that I'm being shown, and that's the vision that I'm holding. We want to do this together. As I alluded to a moment ago, there has to be a collapsing of the systems. All of the systems and the intricacies and how we have been played has to come to the surface. Now, as this comes to the surface, as with any revelation, as with any truth, there is going to be a level of feistiness. We have a very interesting planetary alignment, which is going to bring a lot of feistiness up. It is our job to focus on the light at the end of the tunnel. The end is in sight, and it's our job to focus on it. Now, as I said earlier, that doesn't mean I'm saying in 3 months' time or in 6 months' time it will be done. In the grand scheme of things, from where we've come from and what we've already gone through, we are much closer to the end now. That's the information that I keep being told. So focus on the end, focus on the result that you choose. Because remember, whatever you are thinking, whatever you are breathing, whatever you are living, as per the full moon video, that is what you are going to experience. There is a massive amount of warrior energy coming through. There's this divine feminine warrior woman energy that is coming through at the moment. Now, I'm not saying that that means that our men aren't going to have that warrior energy coming through. They absolutely will. It's very much a get shit done kind of energy that's coming in. So own that. Own it. If you feel excited, if you feel ready to do something, if you are like, yes, it's time to do this, get off your backside and do it. Don't leave it till tomorrow. That said, if you feel like you need to go for a lie down, go for a lie down, because this is how we're getting our activations. And there will be so many more light activations taking place. Now, I know there's been a lot of speak about solar flares and things like that. I truly believe if you want to be living in 5D consciousness right now, that's a choice for you. I do. Why do I believe that? Because I truly believe that I'm living in it. I feel it's a choice. I feel that everything is done. It's just a case of bringing everybody else up to speed with that. Your authenticity is going to be under the spotlight in a very big way. Your pure heart is going to be tested to the max. Are you really who you say you are? Are you really the person who you put out this impression? Do you really love you? Or are you just pretending and faking it till you make it? We're stepping into a space where nothing that cannot stand in its authenticity can survive. Now, I'm not saying you're going to self-combust. Please don't twist my words with that. This is you in the hall of mirrors looking at yourself. Are you being authentic? Are you being real? Are you owning your love? Are you allowing yourself to be vulnerable? Again, a lot of my clients right now, they're finding it challenging to be vulnerable. Whereas I, on the other hand, I don't know what's happened to me, but I am surrendering to this vulnerability that I have never had in my life. I'm giving more compliments than I've ever given. And I'm quite a complimentary person, particularly to women. I really, really am. But I'm finding myself being extremely complimentary to people, but not because it's fake or because I want a compliment back, because I genuinely see the beauty in what people are doing right now. That's me at my essence. My essence is love. My essence is, yes, I'm a get shit done warrior kind of woman, but it's very much love. It's very much about honoring people's space, honoring people's journey, and getting them to the point where they recognize quite how powerful they are. We are going to be living our choices. I said this in the full moon video. I've obviously said it a couple of times through this, but we are going to be living our choices. It is all a choice. My choice personally is peace and harmony and love and abundance. What are your choices? Do you keep going to bat with people? Do you keep having to have the last word? Are you really in pure heart? Are you really in harmony? We can't be lying anymore. That's not a frequency that's resonant with where we're going. We cannot be doing it anymore. So what do you need to do? What do you need to heal? How do you need to step into a space of becoming truly authentic? Trust me, everyone is going to know that you lie. Everyone. And then that's going to be more work for you to do. Trust me, when we step into a space of telepathy, you ain't going to be able to blag anyone. So it's best that you get that out of your system. If you are somebody who tells, even if it's just little white lies, as they call it, it's a lie at the end of the day. It's very important that we step into a space of recognizing that we're doing that and recognizing it's a trauma response. The chaos that was initiated from the full moon will still remain present during this shift of consciousness. It's not going to go anywhere. It's going to remain. We are going to have to live through chaos to be able to get to the peace, to get to the harmony. We must focus on the end result. Anything that is not of love must dissipate. Honor your partner, honor your parents, honor your children, to stand up in their truth, get to know who they are. Now, before I go into the exercise for this new moon to help you balance the energies, I'd like to give you a couple of tips. A few things that came through when I was channeling this information is, first and foremost, you must up your self-love and your self-care during this period of time. And this period of time that I'm talking about really is probably from about the 20th, 21st of July all the way through until probably the end of September. I might extend that at some point, but it's very important that you recognize what makes you happy. What do you need to do? How much sleep do you need to be getting? How much, running do you need to do? Or, being grounded in nature, or being grounded in the ocean or something like that. Like, you need to get on top and recognize what it is that you need to do. There are many people living in loops, living in cycles, whether it be a health problem or something like that. And they're missing the memo. They are missing the memo that actually, if they changed something and they got to the root cause of it, they wouldn't be living in this cycle. I just mentioned grounding. Grounding is going to be what helps us all over the coming months. Ground as much as you can. Kick your shoes off, walk barefoot. If you've seen some of the videos of David and I in Ireland, we walked such a long way with bare feet in really long grass. It was all squelchy under our feet, but we were walking constantly in bare feet to ground, to embody the energies, to pick up the codes that were required. Please do the same. Whether you're on a beach, whether you're on the grass, whether you're in nature, like whatever it is, wherever you are, get out and ground, sit against the tree, hug it, pick, leaves off the floor, like roll around in the grass, like do whatever it is, get out into nature. Nature will protect you, nature will love you, and nature will help you get into alignment with who you truly are. And the last tip before we go into the exercise, we've got to focus on love. We got to focus on loving ourselves. We got to focus on loving everybody around us. We got to focus on loving everything conscious. We got to focus on love. Love is the only vibration that is going to take us through. Makes me get emotional. Love is the answer no matter what. And this new moon is going to very much bring that to the surface. We have to go back to love. Okay, ladies and gents, if you don't have a piece of pen and paper with you, please pause the video now and go and grab that so that you can jot down what I am sharing for the exercise for this month. This month, it is very important, like I said, to focus on the inner work, what is required for us to clear, for us to cleanse, for us to declutter in order to create our chosen future world. Now, all of you should have stars in your eyes when you think about your future world. So you press the pause button, run off, go grab your piece of paper and a pen, and I will see you in a second. Okay, as always, with any of the exercises that I give, the first step is to cleanse yourself. What do I mean by cleanse yourself? I don't mean go and have a bath or a shower. I mean, grab sage, grab Palo Santo, grab some incense, grab whatever it is that is your tool of choice, and just clear your energy field that is around your body. Literally just waft it around you. And as you do that, say something along the lines of, I'm releasing all that no longer serves. And I am open to being guided as to what is best for my future journey. I am open, I am willing to observe and receive. Feels good. Step number 2, cleanse your space. So again, with whatever your tool of choice is, sage, Palo Santo, salt, essential oils, whatever, just walk around your space, walk around your apartment, walk around your home, walk around the area that you're going to be doing it outside, and say something along the lines of, I release all stagnant energies from the past that no longer serve and welcome in the energies of new earth, that of abundance, health, love, and wealth. Step number 3 is create your safe space. So it might be that you want to set up a little area on the floor or on your balcony or out in your garden that has your crystals, your cards, or whatever makes you feel safe, like whatever it is that you tend to work with. I'd like you to burn a candle in front of you. I've got a white candle in my mind's eye. If you've got a white candle, use the white candle. If you don't have a white candle, use whatever candle you've got. But for some reason, they're giving me a white candle in my mind's eye. So just pop that on and allow that to burn in front of you. Whilst you're doing this and whilst you're setting the intention for your space to bring in some beautiful information, put on some relaxing music, something like solfeggios or Milan or, classical music or something like that, that's just going to bring you into the vibration of your heart, and just set the intention that this space is going to bring through everything that you require for this exercise. Step number 4, drop into a space of meditation or visualization. Some people find meditation a little bit more challenging, and that's okay. If it is, go into your mind's eye and just ask for visuals to be produced. Consider, how can you create more love in your life? How can you be more love to encourage more love? And what conversations are required to open access to the love vibration more so than you already have? What we're doing here with this is we're opening our heart space. We're opening up us so that we can see maybe where our limitations are and what we need to do to be able to create more love, more abundance, more health, more wealth, etc. Grab a piece of paper and write or draw anything that's come up in those visualizations or meditations that might be relevant to you. And then I would like you to write or draw your future world. Now, as I said, this new moon is activating the creativity within us. So don't be surprised if you find yourself drawing, even if you're not an artist. What does your future world look like? What are the key features of your new world? Now, something else to consider, this might be a really beautiful exercise for you to do with your children during the day. Maybe not the whole exercise, but literally just what would you like for your future earth? Remember, children are the master manifestors. So let's empower them to help us bring this into reality much more quickly than we have. Step number 6, once you've finished, especially if you do this with the kids, maybe frame it, put it up on the wall, pin it up somewhere, pop it in your cupboard or, on a wall or something like that, or on your fridge. Place it under your favorite crystal if you don't want to put it up somewhere. And then say the words, it is done. It is done. It is done. Step number 7, look at it as many times as you possibly can. Like I say, you can pop it up on a wall, you can pop it up in the kids' room, something like that, or maybe even pop it on your phone. Wherever you are going to look at it regularly so that you can bring that much more up into your consciousness. Bringing it up into your consciousness means we're going to create it. Remember, this is about focusing on our future Earth. Ladies and gents, it's been a long time since I've done an exercise, so I hope you found this really useful. I'm actually going to link back to an incredible video that I did with David Mahoney a couple of days ago. I think it will be really, really amazing for you guys to hear some of the work that we've been up to and some of the adventures that we're about to embark on in the future. I hope you have found this video useful. Please do remember to comment below and I will come back to you as soon as I possibly can. Share it in your groups, share it with anybody else that would like to hear it. And do remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button so you get the notifications. And also remember to hit that thumbs up button if you've liked this video. Ladies and gents, I will see you in the next video. Lots of love.